Okay. All right. How should I start? First of all, I guess say I'm really impressed with all the content in your channel, Tara. I just stumbled upon it looking up simulation hypothesis. First thing, you can be athletic and intelligent at the same time. I don't think that's an either or. I agree that most models are anorexic. They're not healthy, and they're uh, just they are symbols of what's gone wrong with our culture in terms of body image. You can be fat and be healthy at the same time. I agree. It's just a matter of what foods you're eating. I mean, uh, at the end of the day, if you're getting the vitamins and minerals you need and the antioxidants and you know, uh, you know, please, if you can at least afford some organic food, and I would like to bring the prices of that down in the future. But if you're getting at least at least a majority of your food is good for you, I think you're going to be healthy. Or but what you do see in terms of um, you know, what is bad is when people don't get the nutrients they need, who are just eating junk food every day and just uh, are addicted to it. And really, junk food is an addiction. It's been shown that rats, when they are fed junk food for a period of several weeks, will become extremely addicted to it. And if you take that junk food away and then put it in their natural food, what is healthy for them, they won't eat that food and they will starve to death. Literally, I could even post that study. Um, so I don't. I want to at the same time emphasize, relate to you in that our what we see as a correct body image in this United States is really skewed and really imbalanced, especially in relation to moral values, which we have completely and utterly lost in this country. People have we've lost our values, and we're suffering for it. Uh, we're not really. I can't say we're hedonists, because we're not really living for our own happiness, our own pleasure. We're just really self-destructing. We're becoming more miserable, more drug dependent. Um, you know, just less wise in every single respect, less knowledgeable. Becoming dumbed down, and it's really not our fault. It's really just a matter of we haven't really adjusted the accelerating rate of change that is, I would probably have to say that it's mostly technology that's driving this change, and I think really what we really require is like sort of a new renaissance or even a new enlightenment. In terms of a 21st century enlightenment, similar to the 18th century enlightenment, in terms of rethinking our values and rethinking our worldview and how we think about philosophy in general. Like, what do we want from life? What are my desires? What are my priorities? Um, how do I have a life in which I not only pursue my own dreams, but help others pursue their own? How do I, how do I think rationally, but also, take emotions into account and, allow them to work together and not, in conflict, but as a unified person using both one's emotions and one's or emotion. Did I say that already? Reason and passion slash, if you want to call it emotion, however you want to term that. Um, Using both of them as a whole when approaching any sort of subject. Being self-aware. I think a major part of that is really just like reforming education entirely. I think we don't know what our values are or what they should be. We don't know how we can like become better people, uh, become healthier and or more independent, think for ourselves. Um, we really just need to really reform education in this country in a major way, completely overhaul the curriculum, which is really designed for the industrial age. The information age really started somewhere between 1988 and 1990. We haven't changed the educational system since then. So we you know we don't learn in school how to develop our own values, how to really think about critical issues, or do any of the things that you, Dan Brown, and everyone else in this little community is doing right now at in grade school, in at high school, at college. Uh, the classes are basically sit down, shut up, and here, read this fictional book and analyze it, or here, study history. We can't talk about present day issues, contemporary issues, or issues that lay on the horizon. The future is off limits. We can't really talk about tomorrow. That isn't really. Why should we do that? We don't talk about. You have history classes. We don't have contemporary events or future events classes. We don't have technology classes. We have what's another one's pretty irrelevant. Uh, I don't want to say that. I don't. Well, let's just say that reading fictional books as the primary uh, as the core of our humanities and in education is completely ridiculous. There's all sorts of nonfiction books that you could be reading instead that are much more relevant. I think I would have to say The Eighth Habit. I have a few here. Actually, I have this right here by Stephen Covey. That's a good one. Um, the Science of Good and Evil by Michael Shermer. That would be a great thing to read in high school. It's pretty lucid, pretty easy to understand. We have Mean Genes, which looks at how we approach, everything from all of our desires, from sex to money to food, based on our genetics. What what can evolution teach us about how we are and how we act? And I think it's pretty useful wisdom to have. Uh, you have also, when it comes to economics, I would probably recommend Crash Proof by 2.0 by Peter Schiff. This guy, when it comes to economics, is a genius, and he knows how to explain it in a way that's really helpful. You have all sorts of books on how to become wealthy. Organic Incorporated, which is about the rise of the organic industry in this country. It was really fascinating. Next Evolution of Marketing, how to connect with your customers by marketing with meaning. And you just have tons of books like these, which would be a lot better and a lot more, useful to read than Tom Sawyer or Tale of Two Cities or any of those books. While they're great, any sort of fictional narrative, whether it's Steinbeck or Shakespeare, it's a hobby. It's a hobby. I'm not going to put it down saying that, reading fiction books is necessarily useless. But it's kind of like, basically, it's one step above watching television, honestly. Reading fictional books, it's not relevant to living your actual life or uh, building your career or helping other people or really doing anything. So I would just, if I was reforming education, I'd completely get rid of English classes. Replace them with with a current events class, practical philosophy. How are you going to live your life? Where your dreams going to be? Think about what careers you could possibly pursue. Everything from engineering to image consulting, to clinical research to what have you. You could go through the entire spectrum of careers and just introduce people to the makeup of the workforce, so that kids could get a feeling for what they might want to pursue in the future. I think that in terms of math, I think it should all be taught. You know, I have really just gone off a tangent here. I'm almost at 10 minutes. I can't believe I did that. Well, all right. Well, I guess it's this for tonight. It's like what, like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed, but I got kind of carried away, but whatever. Uh, thanks for listening.